Yeah, look. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Can't you see I got my hands up? Hands up, hands up. Don't shoot, don't shoot.
Hi guys, it's your girl Jypsy back with another video. I'm feeling so much better. As you can see, I just feel refreshed. I mean, I look refreshed not just because I have on makeup. I like wearing makeup, but I just feel better, you know, like from the last video that I posted last week, which I hope you guys watched. My first episode of Bedside Manner, which is a new lifestyle series that I wanted to create. My first episode was about when books aren't enough, and I was just kind of letting you guys know my mental state, what's been going on with me emotionally and mentally, and how, you know, just all like the world, you know, national, like at home events as well, within like the Black Lives Matter movement, what's happening with, you know, people in our community and stuff like that, like how it's taking a toll on me and stuff, and just personal things I'm dealing with. You know, I'm still dealing with it, but I feel much better this week. I'm not gonna lie, I feel so much better. But I am upset because it is the last day of June, and I am also upset because I really had fun, you know, talking about like Caribbean, like the Caribbean American Heritage Month, Pride, you know, Black Music Month. Like I had so much fun. And also, and just because that the month is over, it doesn't mean that we're going to stop reading Caribbean. We're not going to stop reading about, you know, authors of the LGTBQ community, or books that, you know, are about, you know, subjects of that nature. So like it doesn't end here, trust me. Like I still have, you know, books that are in those type of categories that are on my to-be read list, or that I've already read myself even before I had started this YouTube channel and everything. So please understand, I'm always an advocate of promoting authors, BIPOC authors, and putting them in the forefront, because that's where they should be. Everybody should have an equal, you know, way of being promoted, equal way of being, you know, shown the repertoire and the different genres that they are in. And that is one of my jobs, is to be able to show you guys and to broaden your spectrum. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and give you guys my picks for July, Jypsy's July picks. Earlier today, I actually posted books as lipsticks. I wanted to do something different to show you guys what my picks are, but still give you a video, of course. So you should definitely go check that out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jypsy Junction. But with that being said, let's get into these July picks. So I have my handy dandy laptop here, and I'm going to read the different descriptions of the books that I have picked. These descriptions are on Goodreads, so it's not like I made this up. This is, you know, from the author themselves and everything, but just going to go through which ones that I like. So the first one is This Is My America by Kim Johnson. And most of these books are in like the YA genre or just fiction, stuff like that. But like I said, like I keep telling y'all, just because it is young adult doesn't mean that you can't read them if you're older than the genre. These YA books slap, okay? Like, don't sleep, don't stick, okay? All right, so about This Is My America. Every week, 17-year-old Tracy Beaumont writes letters to innocent ex, asking the organization to help her father, an innocent Black man on death row. After 7 years, Tracy is running out of time. Her dad has only 267 days left. And that seems long, but like, let's be honest, that's not that long. Then the unthinkable happens. The police arrive in the night, and Tracy's older brother Jamal goes from being a bright, promising track star to a thug on the run, accused of killing a white girl. Determined to save her brother, Tracy investigates what really happened between Jamal and Angela down at the Pike. But will Tracy and her family survive the uncovering the skeletons of their Texas town's racist history that still haunt the present? After reading that description, I was like, oh yes, definitely. I mean, unfortunately, things like this have happened to many people within the African American community, or just in the Black diaspora in general within the United States, and I'm sure mainly in other countries. But since I was born in the United States, I can only talk about what's going on. I can only personally talk about what's going on here. So I definitely wanted to read this. It's very timely, you know. So definitely my list. The number 2, the second one, is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. Oh, also to go back, This Is My America comes out July 28th. Okay. All right, so back to Cinderella's Dead. This book is going to come out July 7th. Yes, I already pre-ordered it. You already know. All right, so about this book, it's 200 years after Cinderella found her prince, but the fairy tale is over. Teen girls are now required to appear at the annual ball where the men of the kingdom select wives based on the girls' display of finery. If a suitable match is not found, the girls not chosen are never heard from again. 16-year-old Sophia would much rather marry Aaron, her childhood best friend, than parade in front of suitors. At the ball, Sophia makes the desperate decision to flee and finds herself hiding in Cinderella's mausoleum. There, she meets Constance, the last known descendant of Cinderella, and her stepsisters. Together, they vowed to bring down the king once and for all, and in the process, they learn that there's more to Cinderella's story than they ever knew. This fresh take on a classic story will make readers question the tales they've been told and root for girls to break down the constructs of what around them. I mean, come on, like, why wouldn't you put this on your list? Like, come on. And also, like, I do like fairy tales. Yes, I wasn't a Disney princess and stuff like that. Like, come on, who's my favorite princess? I'm gonna let y'all guess that. It's not Cinderella. But yeah, I like it's another twist, you know, to Cinderella, and I already popped the cover on here, but like that cover though, like I'm telling y'all, when I write my book, please understand my cover is going to be fire. Okay, all right. Number 3. Trouble the Saints by Alea Dawn Johnson, or is Alaya be Leah, I think. This comes out July 21st. This is about, here is the description. Amidst the whir of city life, a girl from Harlem is drawn into the glittering underworld of Manhattan, where she's hired to use her knives to strike fear amongst its most dangerous denizens. But the ghosts from her past are always by her side, and history has appeared on her doorstep to threaten the people she loves most. Can one woman ever sacrifice enough to save an entire community? So I like this one because it's something different. I'm usually not, I almost say I'm not usually not in stuff like this, but it has different vibes in it. So I was like, this seems different, and I don't want to keep reading the same like things I'm usually attributing to, like trying to broaden, like, and you know, if I happen to not like it, I don't like it or anything. But it's nothing bad to, you know, dabble and dibble into different stuff. One thing I won't, horror, so don't ask me for that. Thanks. All right, number 4. Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. This book is slated to come out July 14th. Did I pre-order that one? Yup, sure did. All right, this is about Beauregard Bug Montage is an artist mechanic, a loving husband, and a hardworking dad. Bug knows there's no future in the man he used to be, known from the hills of North Carolina to the beaches of Florida now, as the best wheelman on the East Coast. He thought he left all that behind him, but as carefully built, his new life begins to crumble. He finds himself drawn inexorably back into a world of blood and bullets. When a smooth-talking former associate comes along with a can't-miss jewelry store heist, Bug feels he has no choice but to get back into the driver's seat, and Bug is at his best where the scent of gasoline mixes with the smell of fear. Haunted by the ghost who he used to be and the father he disappeared when he needed him most, Bug must find a way to navigate this blacktop wasteland or die trying. So I like this one because it has like a southern twist. Like the settings is something I'm familiar with. Florida, obviously, the East Coast, stuff like that. So I thought it was like, you know, something different and everything. But yeah, that's why I put it on here. And also just reading like about the author himself. You know, it's nice to like look at, you know, the author's descriptions. I like how even if they make it like seem like it's funny or something like that, just to see like where they came from. So like, and I'm pretty sure, and obviously like their personal experience, you know, has a factor in the book as well. So I like that too. All right, number 5, Memorial Drive: A Daughter's Memoir by Natasha Trethewey. Actually, when I was working at a retail bookstore, I was able to pick up the ARC, the advanced reader copy of the book, but I didn't get the chance to read it, so even though I have the advanced the arc of it, I am going to buy an actual physical copy of it because I want to support the author. So yeah. All right, let's get into the description of this one. At age 19, this is a memoir also. Natasha Trethewey had her world turned upside down when her former stepfather shot and killed her mother. Grieving and still new to adulthood, she confronted the twin poles of life and death in the aftermath of unimaginable trauma and now explores the way this experience lastingly shaped the artist she became. With penetrating insight and a searing voice that moves from the wrenching to the elegiac, Pulitzer Prize-winning poet Natasha Trethewey explores this profound experience of pain, loss, and grief as an entry point into the understanding the tragic course of her mother's life and the way her own life has been shaped by a legacy of fierce love and resilience. Moving through her mother's history in the deeply segregated South and through her own girlhood as a child of miscegenation in Mississippi, Trethewey plumbs her sense of dislocation and displacement in the lead up to the harrowing crime that took place on Memorial Drive in Atlanta in 1985. So I absolutely love memoirs. I'm trying to get into that more, so that's why I definitely put this on my list. Also, always reading about daughters writing about their mothers is like a really affinity I have for, and so I definitely wanted to see, you know, her story, because the good and the bad and the ugly that happens in our family, it shapes us. You know, it's how we take it and how we use it, you know, to build ourselves up or just to, you know, obviously not repeat history in a way. But yeah, definitely was putting this on my list, you know, to read about. All right, number 6, Living Lively, 8 plant-based recipes to activate your power and future potential by Haley Thomas. This is slated to come out July 28th. It is a cookbook. I know you're like, Jyra, really a cookbook? Yes, I actually want to get into plant-based recipes more. If you know me, like if you're closer to me, you know I have like 8,000 food allergies. And I might sound like an exaggeration, but it's not. I'm literally allergic to every food group. I know, it's great. So I wanted to try, you know, some new recipes out, and it's by a black girl, like, hello. So definitely wanted to get into that, but let's see what this cookbook is about. So she is a 18-year-old activist, motivational speaker, and the youngest certified integrative health coach in America. Need I say more? Like, hello. When her father developed type 2 diabetes, 8-year-old Haley Thomas began a journey that would change her family's dietary habits, improve her dad's health, and radically transform her life. Now a social entrepreneur, speaker, and a wellness and compassion activist, she is an advocate for conscious living who promotes resilience, positivity, and a healthy, nourishing lifestyle to young people everywhere. Some, you know, dishes that they, you know, spotlighted in this description: Golden Dream turmeric berry chia pudding, fruity Jamaican cornfield porridge, straight fire mac and cheese, Korean jackfruit sloppy Jill, strawberry tahini coconut cookies. I can't wait to buy this cookbook. Honestly, like, it's gonna slap. And yes, I'm definitely going to make a video of me probably either, you know, doing it well or failing terribly at making one of these dishes. But I'm excited because, you know, it gets to improve my diet, you know, and maybe you guys want to improve yours and want to try something out, because I might not go completely plant-based, but to still have it, you know, just to be able to, like, you know, go back and forth and, you know, have your days where you have meat and stuff like that. But having a good, you know, regimen, being healthy is definitely a really good way to stay mentally well as well. And last but not least, my final pick, coming at number 7, is The Voting Booth by Brandy Colbert. And this is slated to come out July 7th. Just to let you guys know, I don't always pre-order all my books at one time because, first of all, it's a lot of money. But I usually pre-order the ones that are like come out like the first 2 weeks in a month. So those I already have pre-ordered, but the ones that come later, I won't pre-order those until like the second week in July, just to, like, you know, break it up for myself. And also, your girl gotta save up some money. Like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. All right, about this book. Marva Sheridan was born ready for this day. She's always been driven to make a difference in the world, and what better way than to vote in her first election? Ain't that timely? Duke Crenshaw is done with this election. He just wants to get voting over with so he can prepare for his band's first paying gig tonight. Only problem? Duke can't vote. When Marva sees Duke turned away from their polling place, she takes it upon herself to make sure his vote is counted. She hasn't spent months doorbelling and registering voters just to see someone denied their right. And that's how the whirlwind day begins, rushing from precinct to precinct, cutting school, waiting in endless lines, turned away time and again, trying to do one simple thing: vote. They may have started out as strangers, but as Duke and Marva team up to beat a rigged system and find Marva's missing cat, it's clear that there's more to their connection than a shared mission for democracy. Romantic and triumphant, the voting booth is proof that you can't sit around waiting for the world to change, but some things are just meant to be. So I'm pretty sure you guys have stories about just the malignant ways that the voting system is, presently right now, especially in Florida. The amount of scandals Florida has specifically for voting is astronomical. So I just think this book is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful read. Like I said, all these books honestly are just timely. Even it's personally for me or maybe for you, depending on the description, no, this book is definitely going to be one. It's going to be a good one. And I just think not just, I'm pretty sure it's not to beat up against the voting system, but it's to bring to light some things that maybe people aren't necessarily known about with the voting system, but also for minorities as well, for what we deal with, with trying to vote. It's ridiculous. But those are my picks for July. I hope you guys like them. If you guys have seen any books that are coming out in July that you think that I would be interested in, drop them down below in the comments. Or if there's any books that I did talk about in this video that you're looking forward to, let me know which one you're looking forward to. Is it This Is My America, Cinderella is Dead, Trouble with the Saints, Blacktop Wasteland, Memorial Drive, Living Lively, or The Voting Booth? So let a girl know. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm super excited for a new month to see what is coming. The new creative stuff is going to be coming on the way. August is going to be a really, really fun month. Have some really cool things coming up in there. So hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.